matter where you go, what you believe, what language you speak, the one thing that we all have in common is human emotion. And right now, the greatest threat to our well-being up here and in here is loneliness. The U.S. Surgeon General just released a health advisory on loneliness and isolation. The health risks associated with loneliness and isolation are akin to that of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 cigarettes a day. Only 39% of people in the US say that they feel connected, and less than 20% of people could identify it as loneliness whenever they were experiencing the effects of disconnection. There are lower rates of academic achievement. Prosperity is thwarted because of isolation and disconnection. And it's not just the things that happen. It's also that it's cyclical. It's sort of a continuum of isolation, of loneliness. It's a pattern. Once you feel isolated, once you feel lonely, once you feel unseen, unheard, it develops in you the patterns that keep you in that place. There are a few factors that play into the skyrocketing rates of isolation and disconnection. Number one, I mean, you look around and you're watching me on a device right now. You could spend hours just doing this and not connecting with other people. You can order your food and have it delivered to your front door. You don't need to connect with other people in order to survive in this society. Other factors that play into it, the COVID-19 pandemic, years of many people isolating themselves for the greater good, did an enormous amount of damage to the levels of connectedness throughout our society. The ideas that we've adopted over time that have played into this notion that we could be individuals and we don't necessarily need each other. For the first time in US history, the attendance among the population at any religious gathering has dipped below 50%. Less than 16% of people feel like they contribute to their community. Who are we now? What is it to be a human in 2023? Where are we going? How do we become a society that sees the value in having social connection at every level? How do we make a world for us? This loneliness problem is something that creates dramatic effects for us far into the future. In the way I see it, we are accelerating in our technological advancement to a point where we will be able to increase our longevity. But what use is it to live forever and I have a soul? We've been able to stave off a lot of calamity and disease and famine, and we've been able to become a very prosperous species given our technological advancements. But what have we done for the soul? The soul that everyone agrees that we share. You can call it consciousness. You can call it a soul. You can call it our societal agreements. Whatever you choose, we all know that we're experiencing something together. Is it the code of the matrix? Whatever it is to you. If we don't recognize that in an attempt to play on the fact that we are all experiencing something that defies our current scientific logic. If we can utilize that as a starting point, what could we build together? Because right now, so many people feel like they have no place to go, no one to talk to about the things that they've experienced, about the ideas that they have in mind. Then when you look further into the future, for my grandkids and their grandkids, what does it look like for their lives to be built on a generation or two or three of isolation and loneliness?